All right, folks. This is going to be a tutorial on how to use the NCAA football, college football Dynasty Tool for the playoffs for your PS3. And first thing you need to do is get the Dynasty Tool, and that can be found on the College Football Revamp Discord, in the Tools, Resources, and Tutorials channel. And the Dynasty Tool link is right here. When you click on that, that'll take you to the GitHub page and the link to download the page to download the tool itself. It should be version 1.1.2. And here's the zip file. Once you download that, put where you need to on your computer. Oops, that's the wrong one. I have it in a tool, Dynasty utility tool, and right click on the zip file itself, extract either with WinRAR or 7-zip. Extract it right here in the same folder. Go up, open it, and there's your installer right there. Run that, and it will install. If you have an older version, it'll ask you to download this, and then close out it. You close out the old version, and then run this to install over top of it. Once you do that, you gotta go back over to the PS3. And for your Dynasty, you gotta do this. You gotta make sure your Dynasty is in bowl season. What you'll do is you'll quit the game. Come back here to the main XMB screen. It'll be right here. When it's done, then you'll come back up here to Save Data Utility folder. You should see your USB in here. Go down here until you find your NCAA football folder. Find the Dynasty file, which in this case is default for me. It's the test Dynasty I have. And so what you do is you hit the triangle button, select copy, find the USB device, X to copy over. We are done there. With that, you can pull the USB out of the PS3. Then bring it back over to your computer. As you can see here you will see this folder right here, PS3, save data, the Dynasty right here. This is your football folder, the Blues 31159 Dynasty default. That's my test Dynasty. And here is the file that you need. Do not take anything out of this. I'm going to put this folder, a copy, I'm going to put it in my utility You can put it someplace else if you want to. I'm going to put it in here for now. It's easy to find. Then I'll keep the USB in there, so because I can recopy, I have to recopy once I made the changes, recopy it over. Show you that in a bit. Open up your Dynasty tool. Have it linked on the taskbar down here. And we're in the BYU. We're in the college football playoff. And there are other things you can look up. You can look up Team Swap. You can look up the poll editor. You want to change what teams are ranked or whatnot. So if you go to poll editor, find your online Dynasty file. I had that on the desktop. And my utility tool, PS3, save data. There, you gotta use the user data file. And there are your rankings. Just like that. 1 through 100. She's got 126 right there. Here's my BYU Cougars that I selected for the college football playoff. It's coaches poll and the media poll. So you can always change the rankings if you want to before you go into the playoff. You go 4-team or 8-team. We're going 8-team playoff here. Step 1, we're going to set the bracket. We're going to get the top 8 teams. We go open file again. Yes, there's the thing right here. Always make sure you make a backup of your Dynasty tool. That's why I made a copy of it and put it on the desktop in that folder. I can always pull another copy off of USB if I need to. So we're going to open up the Dynasty file, which is the user data. As you can see, still on my desktop. Wait for it to open up, and there is our top 8 teams. You want, you can take a snapshot of that or a photo to use as a screenshot of some sort. You can go in here and say Arkansas. If I don't want Arkansas in here, and then I can select another team, any team I want to. It even gives you the records. Select any team I want to in here. If I want, put them in there. Do that for any of the teams in here, and then also for the bowl games. You can select 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 6 major bowl games. Bowls. You can switch those around. So that one, as you can see, that one was the Rose Bowl. I could change it to Cotton Bowl. So then it changed the Cotton Bowl, the Rose Bowl around. Do the same thing for the semifinals. Fifth bowl there, each bowl there. So you can just do it however you want to. So then once you get this set, hit the arrow down here on the bottom right. That saves, that gets you to the next. That saves the file. That's how they're going to be setting right now. Click on the save icon. So we got to close this out. I've got USB right here. And we've got my utility tool, PS3. Before I make changes, and again, copy this, put it on the desktop here, just before I make any changes. That's from the USB. Then I will take what we had on the desktop, drop it in here, place all the files on the USB, close USB. I always go this way to eject. Either right click on it right here, go and eject. That way you know you got a clean eject out of it. Otherwise, sometimes you can corrupt your files. Then we have to go back over to PS3. All right, we're back to the PS3. We go back up here to Save Data Utility. We left off from before. We copied a file. We go back in here, find the USB device, find NCAA football, hit the triangle button, copy. Ask if you want to copy it to the PS3. You select yes, and the file's gonna be there. So you're going to overwrite. Let it copy over. All done. There we go. Then we just gotta go and start. All right, once you get your game back up and going again, and you're back to the main screen here, still in bowl week. I'm gonna go back over to the schedule here. And then if you're not in the Final 8 playoffs, you can play your game or you can simulate it. Either way, I would wait to play that until you're done. Find the teams that we had. I remember all the teams. I might put them in alphabetical order here. I don't know. A numerical order 1 through 8. Let's see if we can find them. 4, 5. 1. Yeah. Okay. There we go. 1 versus 8. So then what you do is you sim this game. And there's the score of 1 versus 8, 2 versus 7. Either player sim, either way. Go through all 8 games. Or 4 games, that is, I should say. 8 teams. There's Alabama, Michigan there. 3 versus 6 now. So I take a snapshot in the playoff tool. That way you know which teams are which. Or you don't have to go and look for them. And then we gotta do 4 versus 5. These are 4 versus 5 there. Coming up here shortly. Quick like. Thank you, Sally in Georgia. Oh, Georgia gets the upset. There's our 4 versus 5. Seems like that one as well. Go down here and check again. USC and Oklahoma State right there. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 playoff games right there. All 8 teams. So for you doing advancing, you have to exit out. Exit the game one more time. This is back to the home screen. I should, at this point, I quit the game. I don't know if I really need to or not, but I do anyway. And once we get back to the main screen here, we go back to Save Data Utility. I've been Save Football. On the Dynasty. Copy. Back to the USB device. Yes. You go from PS3 to USB. Want to overwrite it? Yes. Once it is copied over, you pull it from the PS3, bring it back over to your desktop. And we will copy the file here. Paste it in here. There again, we will replace. Go. Open the Dynasty tool back up. I'm not using an outdated version. What did it do? That was weird. There we go. Now repin it. Back to our test one. Playoff. Till 18. Step 2. Open a file. Make sure this is the correct one. It is. It's in the utility tool folder. I know it's the correct one. And looky there. There's our winners. They have the scores right there, along with them too. They had Alabama beating Michigan. Georgia beating UCLA. USC beating Oklahoma State. Ohio State beating Arkansas. So once that is set, click on the save icon disk down here in the bottom right hand corner. Save, close it out. Close the playoff tool again. We will copy back over again where you just saved. Copy. Back to the USB drive. Paste it. Place the files. Eject the USB. Take the USB back over to PS3. Go to your save data utility again. Back up to the top here, find your USB. Find the Dynasty. Copy again from the USB device to the PS3. Want to ask if you want to overwrite it. It says files there. Select yes. Let it copy over. We will restart the game again. All right, now we got the game booted back up now. We go to our Dynasty. I know what we're using, which is the BYU one. There we go. Go back over to scores and schedules. Should find find oh, there we go. Alabama versus Georgia. Yeah, it really helps take pictures where you know. What teams you're looking for. Okay. Where is our other game? 2 versus 6 right there. Georgia. Oh, Georgia beats Alabama. Close one. Well, not really close. 24-7. Oh. What's that? USC Ohio State. Right there. 1 versus 4. This regenerate here. Again, do not save yet. Do not, I should say, do not advance yet. Ohio State beats USC. Oh, they're 59-28. All right, at this point, should have auto saved. That'll take us back to, well, we'll have to quit the game. Actually, you know what? I'm going to try it this way once. I know we have to. Yes. We'll have to. If I can do this without. We'll quit the game. If I can or not, we'll try. But we gotta quit the game first. Yep. So you have to quit the game. We are in save data utility again. So go down here to find and say football game. Triangle, copy, USB device. Yes. And yes to overwrite. There we go. Copy is done. Take the USB back out of PS3. Bring it back over to the laptop or your PC. And here is my USB right here. I'm going to copy, drag and drop over here, replace. My utility tool again, Dynasty Tool. My test dyno. Play off again to the 18. Time step 3. Set up the championship game. Remembers where you're at from last time. See, still desktop. Opening the file. Hey, looky there. Georgia, Ohio State. National championship game. And now that that is set, click on here down the right hand corner again. The save icon, which is a disk. Saved again. Close out of the. Oh, not close it out yet. Yeah, copy and paste again. So bring the file from the desktop back to the PS3 and replace. Now we close out the USB. Right click eject. Bring the USB back to PS3. Go to Save Data Utility. Back up to the USB device one more time. Triangle. Copy. Yes. Copy to the PS3. And overwrite the file, since it's already on there. Okay, we've got the file copied from USB to the local folder on the PS3. Then we gotta go back and start the game over one more time, at least. All right, we're back on the PS3. Get the Dynasty back up. We gotta go back to bowl week. Scores and schedules again. Find the championship game. There we go. Georgia Ohio State championship game right there. So we will simulate that game as well. Now, if you're in one of these playoff games, you'll play your game if you want to, or you can sim it. Do not advance the week. We'll sim this game. Go down here to see how that game played out. Ohio State beats Georgia 34-17 for the national championship game. So we've got exit. Okay, we got to close out the game. All right, once we're back to the PS3 homepage, back up to Save Data Utility. Find NCAA football. Oops, that's basketball. Let's dig in. Copy. At the USB device. You'll probably have to overwrite it again. Yes. Yes for overwriting. Copy from the PS3 to the USB. Done. We take the USB back out of the PS3, plug it back into the laptop or your PC, whichever you're using. As you see, the USB device come back up. We are going to copy it back to the desktop again in the folder. Excuse me. Minimize the USB device. Start up our utility, Dynasty Tool. Stay off. 18 again still, and then step 4. Finalize. Open. And this is where our Dynasty is at again. We'll check PC, desktop, the tool PS3, save data, folder there. And looky there, we have our championship. And if you want, you can take a snapshot of that. Call this step 4, Natty. Save it, and we'll save this in utility tool. Right there, snapshot. And once it's all set, save. Do the prompts, what the prompts say here. Close it out. And then we got to copy again. Bring it over to the USB device. Select replace. There we go. Then we eject USB again. Yeah, there we go. Make sure that it's good to go. Bring it back over to the PS3. We're still in save data. Go back to save data utility. It's where we just left off. The step before, we come back up to the USB, hit triangle, or not triangle. There we go. Next to get into it, then the dynasty that you want. You're going to copy it back to the PS3. Write the file, yes. You're done there. Now we go back, boot up the game. I'll be right back. Alright. We are back at the main page of the Dynasty again. Go to schedule. And go back down here. Mix it all up. Ohio State, Georgia. And there's championship game. And if you have a game that you need to play, you're not in your playoffs, just sim this one. Not gonna add anything to it. Looks like we won. Won 30-14. BYU team did. That's all for the Dynasty tool. And then you just, what you do next, exit back out. So once you get all your playoff games done, if you're not in the playoff, then you can go back and play your game. But if you are in the playoff, you play your game each week, as long as you keep going. Then what you do, advance it, end the bowl season, then you should be good. And that's about all there is to it. Go back here once you advance it and look at the rankings. Make sure you got the team in the correct spot. Still waiting for it to advance there. Go back here and look at the utility tool here quick, or the Dynasty tool. Then you can see your history, playoff history. I'll show you here in a second. There's a still saving here. So we'll go to the poll should have Ohio State. There we go. Ohio State beats Bama. Well, doesn't beat Bama, but it did beat Bama first. It was Ohio State and Bama, wasn't it? Yes, it was. 1 versus 2. So that is about it. Or on the PS3 side of things, go back to PC here, my laptop. And as you can see, we are back into the Dynasty editor. Then we go college. If you want to see your history, go to the college football playoff. Oops, back up here. Then you go to history, playoff history, and there is your national championship flag. You can also do in the off season, which I haven't finished yet. You can do player progression, players leaving, training. In the season is the poll editor. Off season is the players leaving and the player progression. And again, history, playoff tool. You can see national championship. You won it. And it'll keep a running tally of that. So that's about it.